Hello you homeless hobgoblins, Jim Sterling here, and this is Dungeons 2. It's the sequel to, well, Dungeons. The game's not out yet. I have a review copy, doing it for review for thejimquisition.com, but can do a little bit of a video now. They've allowed video things to go up now, so we're going to do that. We are going to have a little look at the single player campaign. Here's the campaign right here. We are on 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th mission that we're going to do in the Swamplands. The demigod Krauto is one of the snivelling... we don't have to worry about that. Let's just do a play of it, shall we? The narrator will fill us in. There's a guy who just talks and talks and talks. Well acted. He does talk a lot. Just loading it up there. If you never played the original, it is very similar to Dungeon Keeper. Obviously, we had War for the Overworld not long ago. We get 2 in a year. 2 Dungeon Keeper-y games. While EA, who...
King Robert was defeated, but there were more heroes whose life the ultimately vindictive evil was after. Here in the Swamplands, the demigod Krotos was just leading the Alliance's troops against feral Naga clans. They had retreated here after the collapse of the Dark Army.
Just let him talk.
It would seem sensible to first strike an alliance with these Nagas before the impatient evils squared up against Krotos.
Okay, so I was just about to bash EA for a little bit there, but we'll leave that. Actually, no, we won't. I just think it's funny that we've got 2 Dungeon Keeper games in a year, while the license holder of Dungeon Keeper has no Dungeon Keeper game at all. So we're gonna do this. Just gonna excavate this garret here. There we go. Right. So, very much like Dungeon Keeper, you can slap them about. Should be familiar to anybody. This section. You notice there's 2 maps. We've got the dungeon, and we have an overworld. The big difference with this game is the overworld stuff is somewhat akin more to a real-time strategy game. It's got an actual more interactive strategic element to it, whereas the Underworld stuff is a lot more traditional Dungeon Keeper style stuff. There's a crystal there. One thing I have noticed with the game thus far is it feels slower than both Dungeon Keeper and War for the Overworld. Acquiring resources takes a lot more time, you know, these guys take their sweet time because they're very heavily animated. So I sometimes feel that swiftness of progression has taken a back seat to just making everything look all nice and charming, which, you know, has its appeal. It is quite funny watching them, you know, they pick up the gold and they leave little trails of coins behind them. It's all sweetly done. It's very nice. What we're going to do is we're going to build a treasure room here. It's just easier.
The gold-greedy evil built the first underground treasury, thus laying the foundations for insane amounts of hoarded treasure.
Otherwise they carry it all the way back here, which just ends up taking time in the end. So we've got some
creatures had been hiding in a secret room.
Oh.
They joined the ultimate evil.
Oh, nice, 3 orcs. So again, similar to Dungeon Keeper, let's see what we're doing here. Build rooms
payday.
to sorry, I'm getting distracted. You build rooms to attract various monsters, except they don't just automatically come in via a portal. They actually are summoned, which we'll show you in a minute. You got rooms and you got production facilities. So we have a brewery.
The first brewery was built underground. Later, orcs and goblins would get obscenely drunk there, and then meander through the dungeons, slurring their words and singing lewd songs.
So that's all good there. And to finish it, you actually have to click on that. They made it a lot more involved than, you know, your Dungeon Keeper. You have to build a brew kettle, and that's a completed brewery.
Strange rock formation in the east of the dungeon. Whatever could it mean?
And that means we can now attract, or rather we can now hire orcs. Which is done over here. Click on here. Orc. Hire orc. You only have 15 dudes in a dungeon, at least at this stage of the game. This is... You can just tap this and mine it forever.
The presence of the ultimate evil.
We'll leave that for now.
This had nothing to do with a tip-off from a certain narrator who wanted to increase the tension. It was pure coincidence.
Let's get another orc in here.
The good people responded, as you might expect, with a direct attack on the dungeon.
Don't know what that is. Anyway, so we got dudes coming in. They come in from here. So unlike your typical Dungeon Keeper game, there's this sense of constant invasion. They invade us, we invade them. It's a whole thing. I'm just working out where I want to build the workshop. We'll do it here. Oh, no, we won't. There's a lot of these infinite mining things. If you hit a gold thing, then it's, that means...
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
I realise I keep starting sentences and not finishing them. It's because I'm trying to work out a million things to do at once. So we got some baddies coming in. One thing that I find annoying is you can't just click on the icons and pick up dudes. You have to manually pick them up, at least as far as I've seen so far. I could, you know, end up being wrong at a later date. Where's the goblin? Come here. Right, heroes, here they are. We'll drop them down.
It's payday.
I think there's a rally thing as well that you can do, but again, like I said, I'm really not far into it. These are very early first impressions. But if we go to the production facility, Tinkerer's
There are
Cave...
countless spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed.
Oh, bloody hell.
Disgusting.
That's annoying. So, do that, then we click on that. We can... Oh, research new doors. But we need this, Creato mat thing. And that's a completed Tinker's Workshop. Now we can hire goblins. We should be able to. Oh, not enough gold.
These evil's hard-working goblins had made plans for a new room. A guard room. There, creatures could patrol and keep a lookout for heroes. Immediately, the ultimate evil got down to having this room searched.
So you use the Tinkerer's Workshop to research, you know, build traps, all that stuff. Again, very similar Dungeon Keeper-y type things. I'm going to excavate the earth around this and build a treasury around this infinitely mineable gold rock. Otherwise, as you see here, like, they just take their time just wandering along with it, even when you smack them. It's just quicker. You get the gold quicker.
The dungeon of outdated evil was discovered by other baddies. Following careful investigation, they came upon the single reason why this dungeon had failed. There was no guard room. Maybe
Yeah.
you should work towards preventing this future becoming reality.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get on with stuff. These guys are taking their sweet-ass time. Alright. Anyway, if you're not researching, the goblins make boxes, and the boxes are kind of another resource, another currency that's used to build traps and doors and all that kind of stuff. Tinker's Cove. Research new traps, produce toolboxes, research new rooms, guard room, not enough toolboxes. Okay, well, hurry up, give me another toolbox. I need 3. Come on, 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 come on. Slap you, work harder.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Now there are enemies in my dungeon, that's the whole thing. Like I said, it takes a while to get anything done. But we're going to pick up our orcs and deal with our invaders. 3 orcs should suffice. Right, now we can get on with the research order of the day. Research new rooms, guard room.
It's payday.
Are they done yet? Yeah, good. I said the UI gets very complicated. There's a lot more stuff, a lot more of a process to doing things than in Dungeon Keeper. Whereas in Dungeon Keeper, you know, yeah, lay the stuff down and then the stuff gets on with it. Here you're, you know, one thing leads to another. I've only got 1 goblin. I don't like having 1 goblin. And you see there's cooldowns on everything. You can't just pop a whole bunch of stuff. Leads to a lot more of a methodical game. For better or worse.
The guard room was researched and ready for construction.
Oh, that's infinite
Creatures
again.
that were thrown there by the hand of terror would keep watch and be especially vigilant for intruders. They were able to alert other creatures near the guard room and summon them for reinforcement as well.
What do we build it here? How much is that a block? 60 a block. Okay. Hurry up! You're taking too long. At least you don't have to wait for them to flatten out the floors like in Dungeon Keeper. But this will be good. This will be right by the entrance.
Out there, the swamplands look bleak and unfriendly. Not an area.
More
charmed
geowood.
with
Take 2 orcs. And I guess that's them in there now. Yeah, guarding. Good. I'm gonna untag that. Sometimes it doesn't feel very responsive, or at least clear. Here we go. Just make things quicker. At least it will. Once I get more gold. Ideally we could use more little snots. That's their version of imps.
It's payday.
Ugh, money problems all the time, money problems. That orc just hit that dude. It's just how much quicker it is to just put stuff here. Don't wave at me. Sometimes they just sit there and wave at you, the little bastards. So anyway, now that when they drop the money, it'll just deposit right into the treasury rather than have them carry it. Look at them abandoning their post. So yeah, there's just a lot of... and that goblin hit him as well. Now I'm going to hit him.
Heroes have entered your dungeon.
Of course they have. They always do. Not enough bloody gold. There's never enough gold. Grab these. And why not? We'll throw a goblin into the mix as well. This game's made in Unity, by the way. It's always worth pointing out when there's a game made in Unity that looks like this, because it's, well, this is a nice little example of what it can be capable of with original artists and talent, compared to a lot of the Unity games we end up playing that give Unity just a really bad rap. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this treasury bigger. I'm taking my time. I think the game expects you to... Something keeps disconnecting from my bloody computer and making a noise. That's annoying to me. Okay, so that treasury should be big enough to save us some time.
There was a mysterious shrine underground, which was not yet available. Because something like this spells work for underpaid graphic artists, one can assume that it is likely to come into play at some time or another.
The game's very self-referential. Ha 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 ha. So I'm going to bring out a few more orcs, because we're going to start sending them to the surface soon. I want to keep a few behind.
It's payday.
We could do with researching some traps as well. Researching traps. Exploding treasure chest. Enough gold. Need gold. All the time with the gold. It's my bloody phone. Piece of crap. Right, pulled it out. Bloody noises interrupting my bloody game. Fuck it, we're just gonna... I'm gonna grab this dude, I'm gonna grab this dude, I'm gonna grab this dude. We'll leave one orc behind. We're off to the surface.
The exploration keen evil sent its troops to the surface for the first time. The swamplands spread out before them. The next step was to either find the Nagas and recruit them, or be massacred by the army of the Alliance. It was a difficult decision.
So as you can see, a lot more sort of RTS type stuff going on. Is that just a few dudes? If it's just a few dudes, we'll... Yeah,
In the
we'll
distance,
smash them
the
up.
ultimate evil's creatures could see a massive stone building. A Naga temple? Apparently, there was an entrance to it in the north. The Horde set out in that direction.
Let's get a closer look at what's going on here. While we mess around with this, then the gold can come up. You know, I think that's part of the reason why it's so methodical down there, is so that they can get on with things while you're up top. So it's very stylistic. I like all this kind of stuff. As you decimate forces, everything around the overworld gets evil. So where do you say, north?
The army of the ultimate evil could view the temple from the top of the hill. And it did indeed not look good for the Nagas. The nauseatingly good hero Krotos personally led the Alliance into battle and was forcing the snake creatures to retreat. Only his death would deliver the temple back into the hands of
Alright, they're not picking it up. Doesn't matter.
The troops of the ultimate evil stumbled upon a patrol of the Alliance that had caught some Nagas. Of course, they immediately set about wiping out the much-hated heroes. Oh, and by the way, you could, of course, also set those Nagas free.
I'm gonna get some snake people. It's gonna be awesome.
Payday.
And you can switch at any time back to your Underworld. Have a look at what's going on down here. You can see we've got some invading bastards. We need more orcs to deal with that. Throw in another goblin. Then we can go back up here. I will trust those orcs down there to take care of business.
The last fighter in the patrol was defeated. Creatures of the Horde cheered. Oh yes, and set the Naga free as well. They were overjoyed to join the ultimate.
Oh, nice healer.
The eager for new units evil sent his creatures further towards where it expected the Naga camp to be. The Nagas kept up their fight to free their unholy temple from the Alliance. If the ultimate evil was to help them win it back, then their support would be guaranteed. Since that fitted perfectly with the planned revenge on Krotos, it was the ideal solution.
I'm gonna run too far. Okay, let's see what's going on down here. Did I get researched? Already researched, where is it? There it is. This is a trap that'll decimate some forces. They're going to carry toolboxes over there. Oh god, it's a big bear. You can command your units to do their individual things.
Startled a few
Oh,
animals.
fuck.
Dinner.
We might need more orcs. Get this dude now. Oh, he's gonna die. Yeah, it's the end of him. Okay, we can hire another orc. And drop him to the surface.
It's payday.
Get him to join up with his buddies. Grab him, and he can go out there as well. That's a much better force. I'm just gonna wait for him to go there. Is there anything else we could be doing down here? There's always something we could be doing down here. Get ourselves a door. Okay, all present and correct, sir. Fucking hell. Okay, with the goblin, we're dealing a lot more damage. This is going a lot more smoothly.
The Horde defeated the bears with ease and stocked up on bear meat. However, as bear meat is not actually a resource in the game, this was utterly irrelevant.
Oh, them and their
A
self-reference.
small group of Alliance troops had gathered here. The presence of the Nagas ensured that the all-seeing eagle could see even the
Oh,
guilty.
is that goblin down? I shall trust them to get on with things. Door.
Heroes have entered your dungeon.
Should have focused more on that whole thing. Not enough population points. Population points thing gets on my tits. Haha. That trap got all of them. But I really would like it, because the goblins, if you can keep them alive, they do high damage. No, sod off. No, not you. I want to click on the room. It gets very cluttered.
Payday.
That is one issue. I'm enjoying it,
Attack.
but it is it can be a cluttered game. Throne room's under attack, but they're all going to go sort it out. And when they get back, there's some research for them to do. Thrasher. Cool. Right. Back to our job. I didn't send that goblin, did I? No, goblin, where are you? Okay, they're all fully healed, so that's cool. Just wait for him to do that. You see here, they're building things up. That's how that works. Okay. So what am I doing? Oh, yes, going back here. Right. Onward!
At last, the Horde reached the Naga's camp. They were not able to offer the ultimate evil much help. However, they spoke of an artifact that was hidden deep down in the mountain. It would make defeating the Alliance a piece of cake. The Nagas opened a portal to the artifact using their ancient magic. The insidious evil debated briefly whether it was worth the risk. Finally, however, it decided it was only a question of its creatures' lives, and of course, the ultimate evil didn't give a toss about that.
Okay. Into the portal we
The
go.
Horde had passed through the Naga portal and found themselves in an old altar chamber, in the center of which lay a very ancient-looking object. This had to be the artifact. Some creatures appeared to be guarding it.
Okay, now we're back underground, so we lose the RTS elements. We just got to drag and drop. I like these, like, everyone's named, and they get names, extra names based on their abilities, like Ultros, the Scourge of Bears now. Katarus knows where to hit. That's cool.
I don't believe it. Is there really still a guard at the artifact? My goodness, my grandma would have finished the whole game by now. Move your butt, do something.
Yeah, alright. It's got a lot of charm and character to it. 'Tis a fun game, aye, aye. That goblin's not down, that's a nice surprise. I'm just sat here watching. Here we go, almost there. Good, good.
Eliminated, the artifact began to glow. It almost seemed to be waiting to be picked up. It looked as if the artifact would fit perfectly into the mysterious altar base that lay deep within the dungeon of the ultimate evil. Maybe it would be a good idea to place it there.
I don't know, where is this altar? Here? I don't know, where did it say? I don't know. Oh, there. Bleh.
The artifact was currently lifeless. It needed some magic. The expanding evil's creature's next task was to expose some mana crystals. This mana would be necessary to charge the artifact up.
Come on, dickheads, get on with it.
There are enemies in your dungeon. mana crystals had finally been dug up. Magic crackled in the air. Oh no, wait, that's just the pond. But a mana crystal on its own was really of no value to the ultimate evil. It would take a crystal chamber to make this valuable asset usable. A room was quickly installed under the crystal.
Get that dealt with. Right, room? What room? Crystal chamber.
The crystal chamber shone with the brilliance of a freshly painted room. To exploit this effectively, the success-enabling evil was now able to recruit Nagas. At this exact moment, the clan conveniently placed some of these snake-like beings at its disposal. Payday!
Okay. Anyway, this video feels like it's gone on forever. So we will probably wrap things up soon. Come on, hurry up and fix my trap. Build my trap. Faster. And you just for being there. It's our snake. Our Naga. And our orcs. And our goblins. I don't know if there's any more units. I know there have been sub-units, like in one mission there was the goblin assassin.
It had not escaped the notice of the Alliance's magicians that something disturbing was going on in the Underground. So they decided to mount powerful attacks on the dungeon. But the ultimate evil had been
Cyrus.
that's what I'm doing right now, by the way, and created such a formidable defense that it would have brought tears to the eyes of any tower defense player.
You bastards guard. It should be alright once they build this trap. We got our treasure trap. That'll take out some guys. Hurry up! Hurry up! We really should be researching a hospital as well. Hospital is how you can, if units get knocked out, they can be dragged
there.
there.
From a few Nagas trapped in a very remote area reached the ultimate evil while it was defending the dungeon. Maybe they could be saved by using a spell,
Not enough gold.
which was ready to be unlocked in the crystal chamber.
I'm doing the panic retreat spell.
Creatures of the
I'm
unstoppable
holding something
continue
there.
to work on
Right
filling
there.
the artifact with magic.
Increase maximum population. Thank you, that'd be nice. Spells. What do they want? Panic retreat. So yeah, again, like in Dungeon Keeper and War for the Overworld, this stuff's kind of automatic. Researchers will just research everything sequentially, but here you've got to keep a manual hold on everything. It's going to take a while. Let us also increase our population.
The wave-by-wave tactics of the Alliance had so far proven unsuccessful. So,
They've not
a
appeared.
strategic genius had decided to open up a second entrance to the Underground in order to send...
Oh, that's what this is, isn't it?
wave of units into the dungeon.
Fucking hell. Totally unprotected.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Get out veterans.
The artifact continued being loaded with magic. It would soon be ready.
Fuck 'em up!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh no, Miles Cyrus is gonna die! Don't die, Miles Cyrus.
artifact is under attack.
Oh, fuck. Where are my other ones? Right, you.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
You. Oh, this is annoying. I need to research more traps. I can only do one at a time. God damn it! It's really good having that healer, though.
The throne room is under attack.
No, they won't last long. Look at that mess! That'd be a good screenshot for the review. Oh, the fight's over. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that because this will go on for a while. I tend to take a lot longer than I should when I play these kinds of games. I like to mess around. Oh, I really could do with using it. Oh, I can't place it anywhere there. We'll pop it there, why not? Anyway, of course they will. I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Anyway, that's Dungeons 2. Like I said, it's not out yet. My review will be out a few days from now, about a little under a week.
And ready to stand by the ultimate evil side in the battle for the temple.
Cool.
It also gave the ultimate evil access to a few more magic spells.
Brilliant.
Now it was time to take the temple and destroy Krotos. The ultimate evil gathered all the troops together to attack in one devastating way.
Oh, well, I suppose if this is going to be the last... No, I really have to go. I've got to watch the rest of Daredevil. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go. Bye!